Hello, everyone. It is me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up and coming queen of real estate, and I'm here for another episode of Tuesday Tip at 2. Hello, everyone. It is me, Danielle J. Mitchell, queen of real estate and social media extraordinaire, and I'm here for today's and this week's Tuesday Tip at 2. Listen, before we get into it, talking about some frequently asked questions in regards to a mortgage lender, whether you're getting an investment property, whether you're getting this as your dream home, first time home, I want to talk through some questions you should ask, some things that maybe you should know in regards to choosing a lender. Let's talk about how you can contact me. Okay, number one, I'm a PA licensed realtor and I service the Philadelphia area and surrounding suburbs. And if you're interested in buying or selling in this area, then you can reach me at book.djmrealtyco.com. Again, that's book.djmrealtyco.com and schedule a consultation. All right. And hello to my new subscribers, returning subscribers. Thank you for being here. Hey, everybody. So let's hop into it, lender. Question number one: what paperwork will you need to provide? Now, for the most part, paperwork is very much the same. But as we're going to talk about in a little bit, as far as type of lending institutions, some things that are required for you to hand in may differ. They differ if you're an investor, if you're using an LLC, or if you're just simply buying this as your primary home. Sometimes it may be different if you're buying it as your secondary home. So you want to ask the questions in regards to what you need up front. The typical is W-2s, pay stubs, a couple years for tax returns, a couple of bank statements, things of that nature. If you have a LLC, things like your operating agreement, your certificate, your certification organization, that thing, and the agreement. These are just a few items that you may need. So, you know what you're trying to do, make sure you ask the lender that question. Question number 2. What's a rate lock? Do you have rate lock options, and how long does it last? Rate locks typically is when you go under contract for a property, that rate locks in at whatever it is in that moment. Of course, interest rates can fluctuate. They can go up, they can go down. So the hope is that when you do that rate lock, it is the best rate that you can get at the moment. So it protects you in regards to you being able to get the best rate in the moment, and just in case rates go up. Just as recently as Friday, rates definitely took a bit of a nosedive, a decent amount, decent enough. And so, say for instance, if you went under contract that day, you may be locked into a very good rate. And of course, on a Monday, those interest rates may change. So rate lock is typically a good thing, but you definitely want to check with your lender to see how long it lasts. If it only lasts for 30 days and you have to buy for it to get an extended period of time, you don't want to do that. You want to have a lender, I would say, that will give you at least 45, and 9 times out of 10, 60 days is best. Okay. Question number 3: how long does it take for you to close on a mortgage? That's a very good question. And you really want to hopefully base it off of an honest answer. No, stop. Question number 3: how long does it take up this mortgage loan or type of mortgage to close? You want to ask that question, and you definitely want to ask a follow-up question with that. What could prevent me or slow me down from closing on the mortgage? You want to ask these questions because what you don't want to happen is like what I've seen many of my clients get into, whether they're buying for a primary residence or as an investor. You're going to get some things that come up towards the end of the process, and it's like, well, I wish I had known this up front. You definitely want to ask the question, hey, how long will this take? Are you able to have me close in 20 days if you needed a rush, or 21 days? Are you able to have me close in 30 days? Are you able to have me close in 45 days? Depending on what lender that you're using, especially when you're using major banks, it can take from 45 to 60 days and even longer. So you want to ask those kinds of questions. Hopefully they will answer you honestly. But that's when you can rely on a real estate professional like myself to guide you in a direction to get with lenders that can really help you and that can make the process easier for you. Question number 4: what are the steps with the underwriting process? What does that look like? Let's talk about underwriting process. The underwriting process is what I call the nameless, faceless person that reviews your files, make sure that you have all the paperwork and signatures that you need, and then make sure that you are meeting the guidelines, not only for that particular banking or lending institution, but whatever rules that are set up for any lending or mortgage institution that's based on, whether it's the FHA, conventional loan, investment loan, whatever that looks like. So they're just making sure that all the paperwork is there, that everything is verified, that everything is pretty much looking on the up and up, if you will. So you want to know what the steps are. So typically when you get pre-approved, the first step in the underwriting process is to just review those preliminary documents and making sure everything is good. But you really get into the nitty gritty by the time you get under contract. You start to provide more paperwork, a couple more signatures. And the third process is when you go to get your clear to close. Okay. And so you may have those finalized documents that you need to sign and or submit. You want to make sure you know what the process is. Do I need to be there for signing? Do I not need to be there for signing? What needs a wet signature? What can be done electronically? Do you allow me to sign documents electronically? Questions of that nature. You really want to know so you're not having things sprung up on you again by the time you're trying to actually close on a property, which happens often. So as we bring this to a close, let's talk about some kind of lenders. You have a direct lenders, which are banking institutions, credit unions, things of that sort that you may bank with, and they have a lending or mortgage option within the bank. Wholesale lenders never interact with borrowers. They usually work with mortgage brokers or third parties in order for you to help you to get a loan, to help you get a property funded. Mortgage brokers are independent licensed professionals. I work with mortgage brokers myself because their job 24/7 is to make sure that they get you a loan product that you'll be able to close on. So I won't say that that's my preferred, but it is. And then of course you have correspondent lenders, portfolio lenders, and hard money lenders. It's very good to make sure that you're researching and that you are getting the proper lender that will be able to give you what you need. And you want to make sure that you're even looking at the estimates and the things that they might charge for closing and some of the lender fees that's associated with the transaction that you're trying to do. Again, whether that's for a primary home, secondary home, or an investment property. So that is all for today's and this week's Tuesday Tip or Two. I hope that helps you. And of course, if you need further assistance, you know what you need to do. You need to go to book.djmrealtyco.com. Again, book.djmrealtyco.com. And I would love to get you started in the home buying process, whatever kind of home you're trying to get or investment property. Remember, there's no place at home, no place at home buying. And I will see you on an all new episode next week. Bye.